we're gonna be replacing the spark plugs. So let's hop to it. To get started, we're gonna remove our plastic cowl. That'll open up all this space back here. To get our wiper arms off, we lift up on this cover, just like that. It reveals a 15 millimeter nut. We'll do that to this other side too. Just pop up on it, there we go. Wiggle these off. Let me lower the hood real quick. See if that'll help us. There we go. When they're up in this position here, you can kind of wiggle on it like that, and it'll pop off. Now we have a series of clips. There are little Phillips. You turn the Phillips, the clip will start unscrewing, and you can pop off. Let me show you real quick. Here's a little Phillips head that goes right inside here. So as you back that loose, you get some height on it, and then you can just pop that little clip out. Do that to all of them. That frees up the front here. Now in the back, it's just held on with clips. So we can pull, find a place by the window, maybe start on one corner, pull up. There we go, let's keep pulling. This whole top piece, just slide out. There are 2 hoses for our windshield washer fluid. I didn't show, but those just get popped off. And now we're gonna work on our lower cowl. For that, we'll need an 8 millimeter socket. There are 10 millimeters over here. That's holding on our windshield wiper motor and transmission and all that. Leave those connected. So there are 2 different sizes, long ones and short ones. So we'll note where they go. The long ones go in the middle. There should be a total of 4 short ones, 2 on that end and 2 on this end. Pull up. And on this side, there should be, right here, just another hose for our windshield washer fluid. We'll pop that off. There we go. That's it over here. We'll go to the other side. There will be an electrical connector for our wiper motor. And we can just look behind. It's just a regular pinch and pull. Now this can all get set aside. Nice, that opens up a lot of room. We got our spark plug wires. Before we pull those off, I wanna mark them. So I'm just gonna follow it here, the far front one. I'm gonna mark that is actually this. I'm gonna mark it with a 1 dot. The middle one is this far one here. I'm gonna mark that with 2 dots. And then the last one is the middle. Mark that with 3 dots. And we can remove our spark plug wires. Coming in on the side, you can get to this one. They give you just enough room. Come on, there we go. Get to that other one. There we go. And then this one here, just kind of got to get your hand in there. It's kind of awkward, but just twist and pull. Got it. Okay, we can pull these up. Let me just take a flat screwdriver, see which side opens up. This side here, just put it in there, twist out, and it opens up. We'll do that with all of these. There. Slip this over. I'm gonna get this out of the way. It might not be 100% necessary, but it'll open up a lot of space for us. We got a top bolt here, not a 10 millimeter. It's an 11 millimeter or 7/16, whichever one you have. Use a really long extension for that bottom one. Get that with a magnet. From what I could tell, this whole thing should just separate. There, nice. On our front, we'll get everything right through here. Nothing else has to be removed. Sometimes when you pull the spark plug wires off, they come apart. Let me show you real quick. Just take a pair of pliers, pull off this piece that was left behind. Sometimes this, can you see it? That gets left behind on the spark plug and you can't get your socket over it. So just take a pair of pliers, pop it off. That happened on 2 of these. Get it from this angle. There we go. So what's gonna work the best for the front is a standard 3/8 ratchet, 3-inch extension, and a 5/8 spark plug socket. Snake it in here, get it on the spark plug. There you go. And then crack it loose. Get a different angle. There we go. There's one. After a while, you should be able to take your ratchet off and just use your fingers. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. There There we go. Let's pull out all three of these. Sometimes I like to do them one at a time, but we'll just pull all of them out. There we go. Number 2. Now this one I like to get from by the battery underneath this engine mount. My hand fits really nicely in there. There we go. Here's the third one. The manual doesn't mention anything about needing anti-seize. A lot of times if it's needed, the manufacturer will specify. But if you want to use it, that's up to you. We'll load it in our spark plug socket and just put it in. Find that right angle. It's a little slanted and it should fall right into place. Just hand thread it all the way down until it bottoms out. We have torque spec. I think it's pretty low. So just 11 foot-pounds. There we go. Load our second one in. Find the hole. There we go. Kind of playing around in the dark. My socket's stuck on the spark plug. There. Last spark plug on the front. That is it. So we're gonna worry about the spark plug wires last. I like doing them one at a time. That way I don't have to worry about getting confused on which one goes where. So let's hop to the back. We'll do those 3 spark plugs. So we removed this piece. The manual doesn't mention it, but boy, it sure gives you a lot better room over here. So we want to pull those spark plugs off. And I'm gonna go ahead and mark them for these back ones, just like how we did the front. I'm gonna make this front side number 1, and then the middle number 2, and then the back number 3. Just makes it less confusing when we put it all back together. Another thing that's gonna give us a lot more room is removing our ignition coil. There's the plug in the back. Just pinch, pull that off. And there are 3 8mm bolts. This might not be 100% necessary, but it will help. Anything that helps is fine with me. That was pretty easy, and the reward was worth the effort. Oh, it's kind of stuck. There we go. And then this last one over here. That wasn't too bad. With this spark plug wire on this side in the front, it's held on with a little bracket. We're just gonna open that up, get that wire out of the way. Perfect. Got the same setup with the ratchet and extension. That one still has that piece on it, so let me get a pair of pliers for that. It's another reason to do your spark plug wires at the same time. Just have them on hand. There we go, got it. Just one of those tips again. Okay, going in. Oh, this one's a little sticky. It's coming out, but not very easily. There's one. These are angled the opposite as the front. Number 2. And 3. Oh, that bums me out. When I got the spark plugs out, I turned the camera off real quick. I forgot to turn it back on to show me putting them back in. But if you've done the front, you can do the back. They go back in the exact same way, and there's lots of room back here. As long as you can handle being bent over the engine, this job really isn't too bad. Now let's work on our spark plug wires. So let's do the back. They're gonna be our 3 shortest wires. Let's see, I'll just fold these out like that. And it looks like 2 orange. Let's see if they're the same size. They might be. Yep, so 2 orange are the same size, and then the long gray one. So it's just 1, 2, 3. That makes it pretty easy. Let me get my screwdriver. I'm gonna pop this clip off. We want some dielectric grease. We're gonna put that in the end of this boot, just as a lubricant, so it slides on and comes off in the future. That's pretty much all it's for. Put it in till it clicks. Just do that to the other 2. We'll put this back on so they stay in the order. Close it up. That's pretty easy. Now on this end as well, we're gonna put a little dielectric grease just on the tip of the boot. Do that to this third one. We're just gonna squish it so it gets all over. It's for the same thing, so it slides over the spark plug and then it can come back off later. Now let's just put this in. I'm gonna plug those spark plug boots on. Just find the right angle, push it on until it clicks. There, you kind of feel it pop on. Sorry, I'm totally in your way. There's a little wire holder on this valve cover. Just gonna put it in its slot. Put our ignition coil back on. Let's see how easy it is to do the front. So kind of similar to the back, we have two that are almost the same size and then one that's long. So let's go ahead and replace it. Pop this off here. Get all these off the ignition coil. Kind of lay them out like that. So let's do two first. That goes in the middle on this front one. Line up the size. Okay, this is the one. Just kind of put it back like that. It went under here. There, something like that. We can make adjustments later. Let's do this next one. So that's this long one here. And if you need, sometimes I like taking a picture of stuff. That can be helpful. And we only got one more. So I'm gonna leave this open, both of these open, in case we have to make some adjustments. So on the ends, we're gonna put that dielectric grease. Where did I put it? Here we go. Just on these boots. These will just plug in the order we have them. There we go. Now they're all seated down. Something like that. Now I still have my intake manifold to put back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Once we have it on, we'll route this over the manifold, plug it in, and fire it up. Give them a little slack so they don't rub on anything. You'll run them through here. Lock that down, lock this down. So the number one, or the one closest to the serpentine belt, did have one of these on it. So this just slips over. Kind of hard to get it, but once you get it started, and the rest of it kind of slips on. There we go. This is just to protect this wire from rubbing on that bracket for our dipstick. There, just like that. Aim you down a little more. We're gonna put a little dielectric grease in the tips. This is just a lubricant. It doesn't help electricity flow, just so it slips on and off the spark plug. Squish it, and just put them on. And we also have it here in the front. I'm gonna undo this little bracket down here, and I'm just gonna pull up the slack. I'm gonna kind of split the slack. We can do that kind of down the line too. Let's bring it back, something like that. The most important thing is you don't want your wires rubbing on anything. So however you route it, just wanna keep that in mind. All right, I like it. Moment of truth, let's start it up. There we go, sounds good. Make sure there's no misfires. Now we'll turn it off. For our cowl, we want to put the driver's side in first because of our washer motor. Needs to slide under. Plug it in real quick. Slide it out just a little. Get that plug. Just kind of feel for it. Okay, now drop it in over here. It should kind of just fall into place. There. Short ones go on the sides. Long ones go in the middle. You can reach underneath if you need to get that lined up. Just good and snug. Be sure to plug in our washer fluid hose over here. Now we can put on our upper piece. Slide this on. We have these washer fluid hoses. Find out where they go. There, right there. And now it snaps into place. Put in our clips. Close the hood to put on our wipers. The one with the little cap is for the passenger. Just make sure it goes in the right spot. Put the nut on. We'll hold it while we tighten it down. Looks like the hood has to be open for the driver's side. Nice, that's it. We can run our wipers and just make sure they do what they need to, adjust them as needed. Good job, we're done. All right, there you go. That's how you can replace your spark plugs and wires on your Freestar. All in all, not too crazy. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comments, post down below. I hope your repair goes well. We'll see you on the next one.